are you doing with your energy at the moment? If I was to ask you a very simple question on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 out of 10 being no energy, you're pulling yourself, dragging yourself out of bed every morning. 10 out of 10 is jumping out of bed in the morning, you are ready for the day and you're full of beans. Where are you on that scale right now? Where are you today? Where are you in the last week, in the last month? Is that normal for you? Is that typical? Just take a moment to think about how your energy levels are at the moment. This is a question that I periodically ask my clients. I ask them, okay, from 0 to 10, where are you on energy levels right now? And it's a good question to ask, to just reflect and see, yeah, actually, I'm really full of energy at the moment. I'm feeling really good. Or the opposite. And at the moment, the last week or so, I've seen a lot of people coming into me and they are exhausted, absolutely wrecked, really tired. So I said I'd jump on here and just do a short video talking a little bit about tiredness, exhaustion, energy, how to recognize what kind of tired you are, and some really simple suggestions on what to do about that. So the most obvious tiredness or exhaustion that we are familiar with is physical tiredness. So this is, you have a busy day, you're on your feet, you're running around, maybe you're running after kids, maybe your work is looking after kids and you are run ragged, okay? And you reach the end of your week physically drained. And the first thing to prioritize, if that's you, is sleep. Really nailing it for sleep. Are you getting quantity and quality sleep? Sometimes people are getting the quantity, so they're in bed for 7 or 8 hours, they're sleeping for 7 or 8 hours, but they're still waking up tired. So you then want to look at, am I getting the best quality sleep? Am I getting deep, restful, restorative sleep? And a lot of what helps that along is what you do during the day. So little things like exposing yourself to daylight in the morning time. Your body has a body clock. So when it gets that natural morning time sunlight, it helps your body know, okay, it's daytime now. I need to kick into action for daytime activities internally. And then as you move through the day, when you're coming to winding down at the end of the night, are you looking at your tablet or your phone right up until you go to sleep? That blue screen, that blue light is tricking your brain and telling your brain it's daytime. So then you're not helping yourself drop into a deep, restful sleep. So checking what you're doing during your waking hours can really help your sleep, your deep, restful sleep. So with that physical tiredness, just prioritize sleep. It's free, there's no charge on getting a good night's sleep. And really it's one of the most underutilized things that can really help support our health. So that's one type of tiredness. The next type of tiredness is mental exhaustion. This is for people that their work demands a lot of them mentally. Maybe they are managing projects, figuring out things, managing a team, delegating, working through stuff. Either way, you can reach the end of the day and you are mentally exhausted. So if you believe that this is you, what you need to do to restore a bit of energy from this is look at doing physical things. So for example, getting out and exercising during your day, between your work hours, or after your work day. So whether it's walking, swimming, we can't swim at the moment unless we're going out into the ocean, to the sea, but whatever is available to you basically, to get out and exercise, move your body. Or another suggestion is some kind of a thing that is hands-on. It's not exercise exactly, but it's a hands-on activity. That could be DIY or gardening or sewing or knitting or baking, whatever it is, it's a hands-on activity. So as opposed to if you had your day, your work day, and it was mentally exhausting, and then in the evening when you're done, you decided to do a mentally taxing activity, you're just not going to have fuel in the tank to do that because you're already mentally exhausted from your work day. So if for you, your week, your work life tends to be mentally tiring, factor in physical things, physical exercise, physical activities to bring a little bit of balance back into the body and mind. Now, the other thing that I'm going to add to that is another thing that can be mentally taxing and tiring is social media, news, just coming at you all the time. Ping, 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 another news alert, another social media alert, another Gmail, email coming through. And that constant updates can again be mentally exhausting. So you need to set limits to these things, as well as setting a limit to your workday. If you are able to log off at 6 p.m. or whatever time it is for you, make sure that is your log off time. Since lockdown has come in and people are working from home, a lot of people have been saying that they're working longer hours. It's harder to separate work and life. It's harder to put those limitations or those boundaries on. This is my work day and this is my leisure time, my home time, my family time. So setting limitations on that, and also setting digital detox from the social media and the media and the news in general. Those kind of things to protect your well-being, your health, and that mental energy that you need for your work day. So just to go over those again, for those of you that are mentally exhausted, 1, get out and exercise. Whatever that is, whatever is available to you, get out and exercise. The second one there was doing some kind of a physical hands-on activity. And the third one was putting limitations on your time. When is your time to cut off from work? When is your time to cut off from catching up on news updates? Or are you just going to keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling? So putting those boundaries in place. Okay, the next type of tiredness, exhaustion that people feel often is emotional exhaustion. Whether it's frustration, sadness, upset, fear, anger, whatever it is that's going on, if it's going on for a while, it can become overwhelming and very, very exhausting. And it doesn't matter what angle it's coming from, if it's loved ones, family members, kids, partner, or it can be just internally. Not that there's anybody doing anything, it's internal. Either way, emotional exhaustion is setting in, and we need to know how to balance that as well and restore our emotional energy. And this is about taking time to ourself, taking time to get back to the basics of a little bit of mindfulness, staying present, unwinding, meditating, deep diaphragmatic breathing, that deep tummy or belly breathing. All of these things really support our body switching from the go, go, go accelerator part of our nervous system to the brake part of our nervous system, the resting, healing, restorative side of our nervous system. And it's natural to spend time in both. You just don't want to be spending all of your time in one side. You need both of them working, and you need to be moving through both of them. So doing those simple practices of whatever type of meditation or mindfulness you enjoy, and even as I said, that tummy breathing, deep, slow, calm breathing, simple, portable, free, you can bring that anywhere you want. Then other things that I suggest for those of you that are feeling emotionally exhausted, doing something that you love, some kind of hobby. I know that seems very, very simplistic, but the bottom line with hobbies are they're something that you enjoy. They switch on the reward part of your brain, and that induces relaxation. That brings in relaxation. So whatever that is for you, if that's journaling or creative writing, expressive writing, or what else have we got? Literally whatever works for you. If it's pottering around with your house plants and gardening, whatever works for you, playing an instrument. It's different for everybody. What I find for a lot of people, they actually don't have a hobby anymore. And that's often due to heavy responsibilities with work, responsibilities with family, and their own personal time has gotten a bit lost. And it's just been put on the back burner. And if that's happened, that's okay. And it might be time to find a new hobby. Get stuck into something new, discovering something new, having fun with discovering something new, learning something new if it's a new craft, whatever it is, and making the most of it, enjoying it. As I said, when you engage in a hobby of some nature, it switches on these parts of your brain, this reward center, and you just induce, as I said, relaxation. The other thing to bring into your life if you're feeling emotionally exhausted is connecting in socially, connecting in with loved ones, with friends, whoever in your life you can have a nice relaxed conversation with, have a bit of crack, have a bit of fun, a light conversation. Of course, if you need to open up about what is weighing on you, you want to do that with the right person. But also just socializing. I think in the last year we've really felt how important our social circle is to us, because we haven't had the opportunity to be around as many people as we normally are. And it is massively important for our health. Really and truly, it impacts our health when we are not moving in our social circles and interacting and engaging with people. So coming back to that in a safe way, and also choosing the right people to interact with. If there are people in your life that you find can be a little bit draining for you, and you are emotionally exhausted, it may not be the time to engage with them. So if they need to have a conversation with you, park it, postpone it. It's not a no, it's just putting up boundaries to say, not right now. You're internally saying to yourself, I'm emotionally exhausted. I don't have the energy for this conversation or this interaction. Put your engagement or interaction into time with someone that's less draining, that it's more uplifting for your emotions and your well-being. So it's just a really simple choice of right now is not the time to interact with this person. Park it, postpone it, and choosing different people in your life when you're emotionally drained. Okay, so yeah, they're the three different types of tiredness that there's out there. We all know the physical tiredness, but there's also a mental exhaustion, and there's also an emotional exhaustion. So stopping and just acknowledging which type of tired you are and what you need to do for that type of tired. So if you're physically exhausted, it's not really going to be the best option to go to the gym and absolutely hammer it for 2 hours because you're physically exhausted. That's not helping the situation. If you're all three, which sometimes you can be, all three, physically, mentally and emotionally exhausted, then you just really got to break it down and figure out what's the best thing for me right now. Maybe it's getting to bed early, maybe it's tomorrow going to be a different choice, but you can't do it all. You're going to be picking one thing that's going to work for you. Okay, so I hope that's given you, as always, these videos are a little bit of food for thought, suggestions, and get you thinking about things and how you're caring for yourself and how you're caring for your energy levels and your well-being. All right, guys, take care and have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you're up to.